Sunderland Reform are considering having a St. George's Day parade. Now, I've got absolutely no problem with us celebrating England, but I do have a bit of an issue if celebrating England becomes another argument. Because honestly, I'd actually love Sunderland to have a St. George's Day celebration. Families all in the city centre, music, food stalls, kids dressed up as knights, a big dragon parade going through the centre of Keele Square. That could be brilliant. But before everyone starts polishing up their armour, I've got two questions. How much will it cost? And is this on top of the air show that Reform have already promised during the elections? Because both sound great, but someone's got to pay for them. And this is the thing with council money. Every pound spent on one thing is a pound that can't be spent on something else. That's not anti-English, that's just maths. And let's be honest, St. George's Day is on the 23rd of April in England. That's the time of year where you leave your house with your sunglasses on and come home looking like you fell in the weir. If we're talking about big outdoor events, is the priority really an April parade on top of the already promised air show? If they've got the money for both, then brilliant. But if they haven't, then that's a conversation that we all need to have. Now here's the bit that I actually love. The real story behind St. George. The real story is way more interesting than the flag-waving nationalistic story that's been made up over the years. St. George wasn't English. He lived in the Eastern Roman Empire, and traditions link him to Turkey and Palestine. He was a Roman soldier, and England adopted him as their patron saint centuries after he died. And the dragon? Yeah, there's probably not an official eyewitness account of that one. Sorry to ruin that one for you. But the real story of St. George is all about faith and sacrifice. Standing up for what you believe in, even when it costs you. That's worth celebrating. And that's the version that I want our kids to learn. Not some fake version where patriotism's basically shouting louder than everyone next to you. You see, the best community events aren't the ones where people perform an identity. The best ones are where neighbours who have never spoken end up sharing chips while watching their kids play together. That's what community looks like. So yes, give me a St. George's Day celebration. Give me history, give me music, give me families. Give me a dragon in the city centre. Give me a day where everybody who loves England can come together. Whether your grandparents came from Sunderland, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Jamaica, or even if you moved here last year. Nobody kicks off when half the country go mad on St. Paddy's Day. So why can't St. George's Day also be like that? Why can't it be a celebration and not a loyalty test to some sectional interest? But if it turns into another Tommy Robinson style flag shagging event, where people spend more time trying to prove that they're patriotic than actually celebrating England, then no thank you. Because England deserves better than that. Sunderland deserves better than that. Sunderland is not so weak that it needs to turn every single flag into a fight. The man England chose as their patron saint wasn't chosen because of where he was born. He was chosen because of what he stood for. So if Sunderland does end up celebrating St. George's Day, then let's make it about that. Courage, community, history and belonging. Because loving your country shouldn't mean having to prove that you hate somebody else's. The strongest flag isn't the one waved while the holder shouts. It's the one that the people feel proud to stand together beneath. Agree or disagree? Talk to me.